Living with chronic pain from day to day allows me to understand better the language of pain. Much like a foreign language, I need to use it. I need to listen to it. I need to engage in it. And when I speak to my doctors, I need to communicate using that language. The noun pain has no inherent value if it stands alone. I have pain. That could mean many, many things. And that's the reason why it's important to understand the syntax of the language. We can use an adjective to describe that pain. I have sharp pain. My pain is acute. My pain, mild. Not too bad. Now that word takes on meaning, and I can use that word when I speak to my doctor or when I speak to others. I listen to my body. I know that I'm experiencing pain, and then I assign a value, a greater value to that noun, sharp pain. We also have verbs that we can use. We can have ways that we can describe how that noun, pain, is acting. To say, I have pain, is simply not enough. But we can say, that pain shoots down my leg. That pain is spreading. Now, once again, we're getting a greater understanding of how to talk about our pain, how to describe what our body is telling us. Further, we can describe how that pain is shooting. That sharp pain is shooting rapidly down my leg. That's quite different than saying, I have pain. So if we acknowledge that our pain is talking to us, that is, that our body is talking to us through pain, the language of pain, we can also admit that we have some choices. One, we can ignore it. We can ignore that voice. And if the pain is mild, that's not too difficult. But if the pain is constant, if it's rather sharp and chronic, ignoring that pain doesn't become an option. So we have ways of muting that pain. We can mute our pain in a number of ways. All of them have a different result. We can use cannabis. So that's legal here in Vancouver. Many people use cannabis as a way of dealing with their pain on a constant basis. They do that daily. I personally don't prefer that method of muting because I find that my entire body is affected. We can mute it by having a few drinks, becoming a little tipsy. Well, that certainly takes care of the pain for a short duration, but I know that the outcome of using alcohol is not going to be in my best interest in the long run. I can ask the doctor for help and be given a prescription for medication to stop the pain if I'm caught in a pain cycle. Or I can receive treatments such as cortisone injections, which are more localized. So each one of these ways of muting our pain are different, and they affect our bodies in different ways. And it's our responsibility to understand when we mute our pain, what is going to be the result? Is it going to be general? That is it going to affect my entire body? Is my mind going to be affected so that I can't drive and I can't operate and I can't work? Is it localized? So the cortisone injection I received in my lumbar was a localized thing. It worked for a few days, and I indeed enjoyed a pain holiday for a little while. It is our responsibility to turn to our doctor and say, this treatment that you have prescribed, how will it affect my pain? Will I be able to understand that language? Because ultimately, we want to make sure that we don't do more harm. We want to be aware, attentive listeners. Our doctors will often encourage us to put a value on our pain, a scale of 1 to 10 perhaps, and they say, keep this scale, give yourself a score every day. I find that difficult, and I know those of you with ankylosing spondylitis will find it difficult because our scores can vary wildly from morning until night. So I prefer to go beyond that, to use this syntax. I prefer to keep a pain journal when things get tough, to actually use the language that we've visited here in this video, to write how that pain is acting, where it's going, if it's sharp, if it's mild. And if you do that day to day, you're going to find that you are armed with language that will help you and help your doctor give you better treatment. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. Listen to your pain. Take care of your bodies. Peace and all good. Ciao.